Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to HNM Technologies online training. Video 54 Flask building a simple REST API. In last video, we built a web app that returns a HTML pages. Today, we built something different, a REST API that returns JSON data. This is exactly how apps like Book My Show and Swiggy, most of the apps work like this. Actually, their mobile app talks to a Python backend. The backend returns JSON. The app displays it. By end of this video, we'll have a working movie API. You can test with a browser or a Postman. So section 1 is what is a API? A REST API. A REST API is a application programming interface that we already know, API. But this API that conforms to a design principle of the representational state transfer, or REST means representational state transfer API. This is actually an architectural style, a style used to connect distributed hypermedia systems. REST API are sometimes referred as a RESTful API or a RESTful web APIs. We have a REST API rules here. So get, post, put, delete. Get to read the data, post will create the data, and the put update, and deleting means delete the particular data. Flask handles all of these. Okay, now let's build it. Till now we were returning HTML pages, but in a real application we often send data instead of HTML. This is actually called API, Application Programming Interface. Instead of writing HTML, we return JSON files. So JSON is a standard format used by front-end apps, mobile apps, and other systems. We use a JSONify method to convert Python data into JSON. For this, I have to import required modules. And from Flask, I imported a Flask and JSONify and a request. And I also initialized app name. And then I have created a movies, a list inside a dictionary, which is a ID1, title, and ratings, director. Okay, so these are the movies list. Now it's time to create a dynamic route to get all movies. You can see the route is created here, and then I'm creating a function which is defining a get. Here I'm returning a JSONify method to convert a Python code into the JSON file. So, and now we have created a route to get all movies. This will return all movies along with the length of the movie, which is a count of the total count, movies count. And then now I have to create a dynamic route to get a single movie by ID, API slash movies slash movie ID. Here the ID comes from the URL. As usual, I have to create another function to get all movies, and also search for the movie in our list, and if it found it return it, and if not we return an error with a status code 404. So this is what we written, error movie not found 404. Now let's debug this. So it's running on this link. Okay, we get the HTTP link. So it's actually running on a local server, we can see. So output is in JSON format, movies, Rajamouli ID, and the director Triple R, Bahubali, and KGF movies. Total 3 movies. Okay. And also I'm searching a movie with the ID 1, and you can see first movie will get with ID Rajamouli and the ID 1, title Triple R. And if I give 9, so you can see the movie not found because we have only 3 movies. So if I give 3, we'll get a KGF. If I give 5, we'll get a movie error. It's a movie not found. So the response is in a JSON file, and we can see the status is here. So 401 is not found, and 200 before that movie with the ID 3 is successful, and movie with ID 9, movie with ID 1, everything will shows here. This is how we convert HTML tags and HTML code into the JSON file. So we mainly use JSONify. You can see after I stopping running in a local server, so access was denied. So it's actually running in a local server. Okay. Section 3 post, add a new movie. Now let's make our API interactive. Till now we were only reading data using a get. Now we will add two more operations, which is a post and delete to remove movies, post to add a new movie. First, the post method. We define a root. First, a post method. For this, I am returning a root API slash movies. But this time we specify methods, which is methods equal to post, and we receive a data using a request dot get JSON. So this reads JSON data sent by the client. So we need to validate this. So we validate the input. At least the title should be present. Then we create a new movie objects and assign into ID. So Python code into JSON file. And then by adding a new movie called with a title and rating and director like this, and then we need to just append those movies into the new movie and return JSONifying a new movie, which is a Python code into converting a JSON format. So one more thing we have to observe here, so which is so to add a movie, I'm giving a ID, title, rating, director here, but I was not specified which movie I'm adding, title and rating. I'm not specified here, so we need to specify those ID, title, rating keys in a terminal. So we may use Postman or terminal or Thunderbolt to post data in our websites. So some like I'll show you a Postman. Postman is a well known and most of the professionals use the Postman to post and get this working with our web pages. So Postman is look like this. You may have operations like get, post, and put, and also delete like this. So to post data, you need to enter your URL. So like URL like this, and then parameters we'll see in next video. But now as of now, we may just headers, and headers already added, content length, and these are already added, and we need just to body. Body should be is like a raw, and then it should be in a JSON. We must enable this option here, JSON, and then we give our JSON data. So in this case, I'm not using the Postman. I'm using a terminal. So in terminal, we use a curl. With the curl, here curl expose, and you need to specify our link, which is HTTP this link, and then header H content type, and then D, which is body. We need to give title and the rating and director here. So ID is automatically added. So ID will give so length of the movies plus extra one. So it automatically added. We need to specify title and ratings and director. So that's it. So then data is added to the web page, and our next operation, which is a delete. So remove a movie name. To this, I'm just giving a app root, and methods inside a method I'm giving a delete, and then I as usual created a function called delete movie. So and then as usual returning JSON file and movies value, and then returning JSON file message and deleted like. And to delete, as usual, when you're just giving a, so for this also as usual curl option, curl and delete. So delete and our HTML link, and then so as usual curl delete to and delete method, and then we may give a link, and link with movies inside a /1, which is a movie ID. So here we're deleting with a movie ID. Okay, so like this we may delete a movie from our website. Okay, so like this we use post and remove using delete. Okay, and section 4, which is a query parameters for filtering. So if I want movies with a minimum rating of 8.5, so it's like a filtering. As usual, I need to add a root is search and methods get, and then I defined a function search movies with a minimum rating and a director. Minimum rating, here I'm specifying 0 and type is a float, and director name, and director name in a lowercase. Then the result, I want movies. So here I am giving a condition if a minimum rating is, and then it prints a rating and all the minimum rating movies. So which is if I give minimum rating 8.5, it may give a greater than or equal to that 8.5. And also to get a director, and as per the director we'll get a so directed movies. And at the end we want result in a JSON file. For this I am using the JSON file results and count, so how many results we got, and those also we're going to print. So like this we'll work with our websites. So we may filter with parameters, and let's see practice questions. So we have practice questions in beginner, intermediate, advanced level. So in beginner we need to build a Flask API with a get, that is API movies, and returns a hard coded list of 5 movies as a JSON. So test it in our the browser. And then intermediate level we need to extend the API, so load movies from CSV file instead of a hard coded list. And you need to add a get, a root, and a post root to add a new movies and save them back to a CSV file. So and it advanced level, this level may challenge you. Okay, so build a full Cinestream REST API with a get all movies, get by ID, post a new movie and delete a movie, and get a API status that returns a total movies, average rating, top directors. So you need to add a basic API key authentication via request a header. So solve these questions and know which level you are in. So in this video we done JSON file. So I written a JSON files to see output in a JSON format. We're just converting the Python code into a JSON format using a JSON file. And we also see this get and post, and we use the request get JSON and request get args to get read the query parameters since we use it here. So filtering, so request args to get arguments and the parameters also. And we know HTTP status codes which are 200, 201, 400, 404, what is are. Okay, and coming video we're going to see NumPy basics, fast number crunching for a data science. Okay, there we can see in the NumPy we can use complex mathematics in a faster way. Okay, and thank you for choosing HNM Technologies online training. Happy coding.